Hey there, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I don't know if it's just me, it might be you too, but I do not have the time or really the energy to wash and dry my hair every single day. I've also read that it's not great for your scalp and for your hair to be washed every day. Today I would like to show you guys 3 relatively simple hairstyles that you can do really anytime, but I like to do them whenever it's been a day, 2, maybe 3 days since I have washed my hair. Now I am a huge fan of vintage style, so all of these hairstyles are going to be kind of vintage inspired. Before we get into this video, make sure you give this a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, let me know if you would like to see other decades of hairstyle or makeup. Leave that in the comments. I have right here with me my little hair basket, and the first style that we are going to do is going to be like a really super simple look. It's a ponytail. Really and truly, like it's just a ponytail. It's just kind of spiced up for that vintagey charm. Now, I have shoulder length hair, so my hair is quite curly. I have brushed it out. The longer I go without shampooing my hair, I have to brush my hair more because I use dry shampoo and more products. So my curls do tend to go away. So even though this is on just sort of like wavy hair today, I have done these looks also with my curls. So these 3 looks work for any sort of hair texture. So the first thing that you're going to do, it's just really, really super simple, and you're just going to brush this back and just form your basic ponytail. For this style, just your regular ponytail holder like this, just because it is slimmer than those like cord rubber band. No, those cord hair ties. Those tend to be a little bulky, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a high pony, or as high as my ponytail can go. It is a smallish one, but that's okay. It's still cute even with the smallish one. High ponytail, sort of at the bottom of the crown of your head. And the reason that I wanted to put a small, thin ponytail holder and not a chunkier one is just because the vintage portion of this, just to make it look a little cuter and a little, just a little cuter, is I'm going to be wrapping a scarf around it. So, all that you're going to do, this is a really long scarf. However, I like using it with my ponytails, even though the scarf ends up being longer than my ponytail actually is. But you just roll it up like this. Make sure it is even. And you can simply just knot it. So like I said, for my hair, this is a lot longer than the actual ponytail itself is, but usually I will do this with just like a black dress or a black top, so this is my only pop of color, and so I like to have it streaming along the backs. I have also, to be really cutesy, tied it into a bow, and with the bow it just sort of sits like that, and it's just a cute like sort of 1950s nod to like schoolgirl type hair. So it's one of those, whenever I am really in a hurry and don't feel like fixing my hair, this is sort of always my go-to, because it's just like a cute step up from just a normal ponytail. So the reason that I say that these are my go-to dirty hair days is because dirtier hair tends to hold the shape better. So let's talk about that for a second. It's because your hair is a little more textured, there's a little more oil in it, so it can hold shapes a little better. This is especially good if you have fine hair, like I do. My hair's quite odd. It's really thick, like thick textured, but the hair itself is quite fine. There's just a lot of it. So that is why I typically do these on second, third, fourth day dirty hair. But a little tip that you can use if you want to do this the day after you have shampooed your hair, or if you have extremely fine hair, you can get a good texturizing spray. So this is actually my favorite. I will also link down below a good drugstore option, but this is my favorite from Sephora. It's Way Hair Care Texturizing Hairspray, and pretty much what you do, I'll do this side with the texturizing spray. You just shake it up, spray it, and it just provides there we go. It just provides a bit more, like the name says, a bit more texture to your hair, and it gives those bobby pins or hair clips or anything like that something to hold onto. So this is my absolute favorite. It has a lovely, pleasant scent as well. If you do not have a texturizing hairspray and you don't feel like going out to get a texturizing hairspray, regular hairspray will work just as well, as will actually dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is a great item just to spritz in your hair lightly to give it that extra texture. So I'll do that in this side. And so typically your dry shampoo, you'll want to do that at the roots, but just to give a little extra texture, you can just do it the roots and then wherever. But just keep in mind, unlike with the texturizing spray, dry shampoo may leave you with some white residue. So I'll usually do a texturizing spray in my hair for this next look, brush it out just to get it kind of even, and I like to part it down the middle. So mainly what you're going to do with this look is it's going to be a half up with a sort of victory curl. So this is going a little further back in time to like the 1940s. So you're going to take as many bobby pins as you need. I would say a minimum of 4 bobby pins, 2 for each side, but that's 100% going to be determined by your own hair. And I find that bobby pins work best. A little tip, because I like to do this and I find it helps the bobby pins hold, so I just spray them with hairspray and let them dry out a little bit. It makes them tacky, so they hold a little better in your hair. Okay, and so you're going to take, and how much hair you take is obviously going to depend on how much hair you have on your head. But usually for mine, I take about to where my ear is starting, right here. And I just kind of push the other side out of the way. And I take this, you can use a comb if you would like, but I take a brush. And even whenever I do have my curls still intact, I brush the curl out to make it straight. And you're simply going to roll. You're going to roll towards your body, so backwards. And you're going to roll until you get to about like here. You still are going to want a little bit left over. And all you're going to do, you roll depending on how tight you want that curl to be. So if you want them super tight, obviously roll them super tight. But what you're going to do is you're just going to take this and just bring it directly behind. And that part that did not get curled, that's what you are going to bobby pin down. So the crinkly side of the bobby pin will go closest to your scalp. Right? And so usually what I do to make sure that this holds is I put one going up and one going down, and kind of in a crisscross type pattern. So this part actually takes me the longest time. I don't have much feeling in my fingertips, so it's really hard. Let's see. There you go. Ah, by the damnedest. It's really hard for me to be able to feel when that bobby pin is open. All right. Okay, so you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Try to get as much hair as you did from the last time. That's why I recommend that you go directly down the middle to center part. And you're going to twist. There we go. And pin back. Try to get them as even as possible. But once they are pinned in, you can always move them around a bit. Okay, and now I like to see, just to make sure, see like it looks a little lopsided. So I just sort of pull them out and move just a little bit, spray, and sort of pat it in. This would be the point that if you feel the need, like based on your hair, to add more bobby pins, you could. Like I think I might add another one right here. And with the bottom portion of your hair, whenever I do this with my curls, I just let them fall where they are. Whenever I do it with sort of more wavy hair, I like to roll out the bottom just so it's full, just so that it doesn't look like I just took a chunk of hair and then let the rest fall out. And so that is our second look. All right, so our final look for the day is actually my absolute favorite look, and it is that giant hair curl up at the top that was rocked in the 1940s and the 1950s. I'm going to show you guys how to style this two ways. I actually wear this hairstyle quite a lot in my day-to-day, everyday life, just because I feel that it just makes my face look so much brighter and wide awake, and it's fun to do. So, for this look, you are going to need your bobby pins. You're going to need some sort of ponytail holder, a brush, and like a scarf or a headband. I will show you guys how to style it with a scarf and a headband. Super, super simple. So, we are going to first just roll this back. I'm putting hairspray in this first because, much like with the texturizing spray, giving your hair texture, before you do whatever hairstyle you are creating, it really helps you to be able to keep a hold on that hairstyle while you are creating it. And then of course you spray it again just to make sure it can withstand those elements. So I'm just going to do this portion a little bit because that's the only part of the hair that is going to be worked with. The rest is just going to be up in a ponytail. So now that that's sprayed, what I typically do is like middle of my eyebrows, and I just go up. And I just pull hair up. The front of my hair to the crown of my hair. And that is a lot of hair, but that's okay. And I'm going to take this ponytail holder just to get things out of the way. All right, and do this. Now that looks really funny. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. This is not, obviously, the completed look. And I'm going to brush the rest out just to make sure it's all kind of manageable. Then I'm going to go in with another ponytail holder. And with what is left, I'm going to create a mid ponytail. Okay, so like so. This is what you should look like. All right. Okay, so now that that is brushed out, you are going to want to roll this up, starting from the bottom. Now you can buy things to help you with this, like little inserts, but I don't have one. So I just do my best. Since I don't have one, it of course will not be perfect, but you just roll. Watch, I'll do that again, sort of in slow motion. So you roll from the bottom, and you sort of just roll and bunch and roll and bunch together. And when it comes to the top, it's not going to be perfect. It does not need to be yet, but just bunch it together. So this is what mine looks like. And I'm going to take a bobby pin and I'm going to go where that nest of hair is. And I'm just going to secure it to my scalp. That way I can use my hands and it can stay secure. And I can just, because this isn't cute, I can spend the rest of the time really shaping this out. So this is going to be messy, and that's okay because the accessories that we're going to be using will hide that. So pretty much after those two pins are in place, what I do is I just lightly bring the hair out so I can start shaping it. And it is a lot of poking and prodding. I do have to say that this one does take me the longest time, obviously, to do because there is a lot of pin work. It's not really the folding that takes me the longest, but it's the securing it. And of course, like I did mine sort of centered, a little off. You can yourself, like whatever shape you want this to be in, wherever you want it to be on your head, situated, I think would be adorable. So you may even have to pin the loose hairs back a bit. Okay. All right, and as you can see, it has fallen a bit. So what I like to do is I like to take the middle portion with another bobby pin and just secure it back again. I made a cute little bow. Oh, look at that. But I just do that all the way around. There we go. And I just pop it out just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. I keep waiting for the candle to just... So now that that is here and you have whatever volume you want, what I usually do so it's not severe is I will take the hair that is in the ponytail and just pull it out slightly so that it does sort of form in. Okay. So your two accessories, the easiest option, actually they're both really easy, but a good easy option is just to take a headband like this and just pop it in, sort of into your hair here and here, and place it where you initially put your bobby pins to hold. That way any mess ups or like grabbed hairs will not be super obvious once they are in. Okay. So that is option 1 for accessories. Option 2 is a scarf. Now you are going to want you're going to want a smaller scarf than the one we used before. So just like before though, you're going to take your scarf and you are going to fold it. Okay. And then you're going to have the tie be just like the headband, where those bobby pins were. But my preferred method, honestly, is the headband, just because it is super simple and sort of acts as a holding mechanism all its own. So that is your third look for our vintage inspired hairstyles. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said before, make sure you give this a big thumbs up before you leave and hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!